Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing the Anup engineering. We are going to be talking about the Q2FY24 results, right? So first thing first, let us go and understand the business model. Very easy peasy lime squeezy. So Anup engineering does heat exchangers, vessels, and reactors. These are these high, how do I tell you, high weight equipments that are used in your petrochemical industries, oil industries, etc. To transfer fuel or to transfer any kind of liquids or to store liquids. Okay? Now, here is the thing. If you want to understand the entire business model in detail, like what are these heat exchangers and everything, just head to my YouTube channel. There's a playlist called Business Analysis, and you can find Anup Engineering there, and everything is explained in detail, right? So now let's come back to Q2FY24, right? So if you look at Q2FY24 results, and if you look at the revenue contribution, even right now, the highest revenue contribution is coming from the heat exchanges only, right? As of in, I think in Q2FY24, around 76% of the revenue is still coming from heat exchanges. Okay? So you understand that is the dominant thing. Now let us see the Q2 FY24 ka numbers, how it has been. So one thing to highlight before this is, if you look at the entire sector, especially companies like Anup Engineering or any other manufacturing industries or companies, you see they're very highly cyclical industries. Okay? So there can be no QQ ka, there could be fluctuations. But I think in one quarter the fluctuation was so much, I don't remember exactly which quarter, that the CEO came and told, okay, like we will try to minimize the volatility that is there in between the quarters. We will strive and do our best to make sure that the revenue is stable. Okay? And that is what the company has been doing for the last 5 quarters. The company has walked the talk, on keeping the revenue, the stability in the top line over the, even on a QOQ basis, irrespective of seasonality. The other thing is also, this is the fifth quarter, I think they have, consecutively they have done around, how do I tell, consecutively they have done around 100 crores or 100 crore plus of top line. So great overall, great show by the management, I'll tell you. So if you see the revenue also, the revenue has grown by 40% on a year-on-year basis and 12.5% on a QOQ basis. Okay? And agar aap PAT bhi dekhte ho, PAT also grown by 68% on a year-on-year basis. And the other thing is PAT has also grown by 17% on a QOQ basis. You will see that, there is a good amount of operating leverage. PAT margin जो भी है वो भी increase हुआ है 11.8 से 14.8. So overall great show of result, nothing to complain. The next thing is, let us just see in terms of like उनका जो revenue आता है अभी भी जो है, like I told you, yeah, like I told you, the अभी भी जो है the entire क्या बोलते, the entire revenue contribution right now also, the dominant industries are oil, gas, petrochemical industry. अगर आप Q2FY24 का revenue देखते हो तो these three industries contributed around 82% of the revenue. ठीक है? और fertilizers जो है that is contributing around 17% of the revenue. Okay? और ये fertilizers में hydrogen projects का भी included है, which I will touch upon further. ठीक है? Now अगर आप and the important thing that has happened here is in terms of Capex, right? Like if you have followed the Anup engineering ka journey over the last quarters, you will see that they had a plan. They had done all the major Capex a long back, but there was another plant that they were commissioning called Kheda plant. Okay? And that was supposed to be set, that was completed by this Q2. Okay? And it was supposed to be commissioned by Q2. And again, that also has been done, and the first product that has been there, that has also been dispatched to a client in Jordan. So even right now, although the plant was commissioned just, I think, 2 months ago, in July it was commissioned, but having said that, although it is not fully utilized, they have got 100 crores of order book for the plant already. Okay? So there everything is going on good. Already the plant is becoming fruitful. Now the Kheda plant that is there, right, it is consisting of 7 bays. Okay? Now for this construction of Kheda plant, like I told you, which has been commissioned by this quarter, has been commissioned before Q2, यहाँ पे 1.5 bay out of the 7 bays, 1.5 bay is used. ठीक है? और जो आधा bay है, that was supposed to be commissioned, उसका construction होने वाला था probably in a few years time, but the demand for the product is so much, ठीक है, that they're not able to cater to the demand. They had to prepone the Capex. So already they have started, the work for this जो आधा bay है, they have started with the construction work, and this will be commissioned in Q1 FY25, and the Capex for this is around 15 crores. ठीक है? So all in all, great here कि like ये भी हो रहा है. And the other 5 bays that are there, like I told you, is अगर ये आधा bay भी construct हो जाता है, then total 2 out of 7 bays are constructed. ठीक है? और ये जो 5 bay है, again, as the demand increases, if they see as the demand increases, and if the existing capacity cannot cater to the demand, they will go ahead and construct it. ठीक है? So that is there. The another thing is, like you will see, अगर आपने उनका एक्सपोर्ट का गाइडेंस जो दिया है, दे आर ऑन ट्रैक, 15% का रेवेन्यू है as of Q2. 15% of the revenue is coming from exports, and by the end of year, that is if I take H1 and H2 combined, 30% of the revenue for exports will come from here. ठीक है. The other thing is order book. You have to look at the order book, right? Because the company has been telling that they will grow by 25 to 30%. Now, where 25 to 30% grow karna hoga, you have to see the visibility of order book. Okay? Because when you talk about these kind of companies, yahan pe payment all of a sudden nahi hota hai. First, a part payment will be done before the project starts. Then, after the project completion, in between and project. So, order book visibility is very important here. Agar aap dekhte ho Q2 mein, as of Q2 end, which is by September end, if you see, you will see that the order book was 355 crores. ठीक है, that is the new order book. New order book का मतलब क्या है? The order that has gone from let's say petition, it has come, where you have finalized the order book. ठीक है, that is your new order book. So the new order book is 355 crores. So including this, as of H1, the total pending order book is 635 crores. ठीक है. Now Q2 का कब खत्म होता है? सितंबर में, राइट? एंड Q3 स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर. और अनुप इंजीनियरिंग का कॉल हुआ था अक्टूबर में, एंड आई थिंक इन अक्टूबर और नवंबर में, सॉरी, कॉल वाज आइदर इन नवंबर और अक्टूबर. ठीक है. एंड द CEO, दैट इज रेजिनाल्ड डिसोजा, ही टोल्ड Q2 तक हमारा order book था. Q2 तक, the 3 months of Q2, we had new order book of 355 crores. But as we're stepping into Q3 का एक ही महीना जो है October, in that 1 month only, our new order book was 243 crores. Can you imagine? It is like more than half. Like 355 crore was Q2 का end, and October का एक ही महीने में आपका order book है, नया order book है 243 crores, right? And this is the highest order book they've ever seen. Like in a month जो होता है, like order book in a month, if you have to see, this is the highest that the company has ever seen in the history since its operation. ठीक है. So even in this नया order book जो है, like I told you, 55% is coming for new order book is exports. अगर आप देखते हो, like I think, like I told you, 55% is exports. So now it makes sense that that they can complete the guidance that 30% of the revenue going forward by this year end, it will be coming from exports. So all in all, good over there. So if I include the new order book that is there in October, जो आया है, the order book is around 873 crore. ठीक है. So all of this order book जो है, that is there, which has been received until now, it will be completed by next year. ठीक है. So that is about it. And then other thing is also they want to as they move forward, they want to move towards high quality heat exchanges. What does it mean by high quality? मतलब जो thickness होता है वो heat exchanger का या vessel या reactor का, they want to increase the thickness. So why? Because see, as you increase the thickness, as you go into high quality, which means the product becomes more complex. जितना complexity बढ़ेगा उतना उसका price ज्यादा होगा उस product का. ठीक है. And जितना complexity बढ़ेगा उसका competition भी कम होगा, right? So in India, I think alone, if you see ये heat exchanger जो बनाने वाला है, there are hardly 3 to 4 companies, including Anup, that does this complex heat exchanges. ठीक है, या thick heat exchanges जिसका material thickness ज्यादा होगा. So this is where the company is aiming, because उसके वजह से और भी top line जो है बढ़ सकता है. ठीक है, that is also there. But having said that, इसके वजह से top line बढ़ सकते हैं as we move into the thick वाला heat exchanger, but the margins that is there, that will not increase, because जो भी बोलो, अगर आप थिक में जा रहे हो, मतलब what you have to increase more raw material, you have to use more raw material to construct it. As a result क्या होगा, आपको costs जो है, right, the cost of goods, that will increase, right? So because of that, the EBITDA margins that are there, it can never go. जो भी बोलो, उनका जो historical margin था once upon a time, that was 29 to 30%, they will never be able to go back to that. But the 20 to 22% that they have been maintaining for a very long time, that is very stable, and that is what they can do for the next 3 years also. ठीक है. So overall, that is there. In other thing is also उनका जो एक था, like earlier they used to borrow a technology, उसके वजह से they had to pay a royalty. Even that has been that part of the book also has been decreasing. That is why you will see that the other income is very less compared to any other year. The last thing I would like to touch upon is in the hydrogen project. उनका जो fertilizer है, like I told you, 17% of the revenue comes from fertilizer. वहां से if you see, there it is involved, like all these is catering to the hydrogen project also. Now why am I concentrating on hydrogen project? Because that hydrogen project, carbon that and everything is like a new thing, new hype, right? So if these people can cater to that industry, again, great for them, right? There will be another industry they can add on to their portfolio. Okay. Now here is the thing, when you talk about jo bhi bolo, agar aap hydrogen project ke bare mein bolte ho, there are three things. One is the generation, storage and transmission. Generation ka matlab kya hai? You have to create that energy, right? Which means you'll have to set up that cost and everything. So the other thing is storage and transmission. जो भी आप करते हो, that fuel that is there, you will have to store it in containers, and transmission is you need those vessels also for transmissions, right? So here is the thing, Anup Engineering is not involved in the generation. They are not setting up a plant ke like hum hydrogen energy banayenge, all of that. No, they're only involved in storage and transmission. Like I told you, unka already jo equipments hai, they're already used in storage and transmission by other industries that are like, let's say for fertilizer industries using hydrogen energy in their plant. These people ka equipments are already being used over there. So it is not something new that they're trying to cater to. They're not developing a new product. So existing product, they're trying to, they're going and trying to capture that industry also. Okay. So they and here unka jo equipment hai, it is used in the storage and transmission wala thing. Okay. So right now they're able to serve these customers in this business, and it is a very small portion of the revenue, of course. And like a different product but an existing one only. ठीक है. And अभी जो है, जो भी हाइड्रोजन प्रोजेक्ट में वो लोग ऑर्डर ले रहे हैं, कुछ भी हो, that is mainly in exports. ठीक है. That is also कि like yeah, US and Canada से ज्यादा आता है, not a lot, but going forward probably if in India it picks up, although having said that it time to pick up in India, the company ready to do it here. ठीक है. And अगर yeah, that is that. उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं in this hydrogen project. Like I told you, nothing like big happening here, just a small portion. And like I told you, उसके वजह से भी वो export revenue 15 से 30% हो सकता है. ठीक है. Overall the guidance remains the same, that the company is very confident of a plan of 25 to 30%, and EBITDA margins will be around 20 to 22. It's not something that is not achievable looking at the order book and the demand that is coming from there. Or in terms of Capex that I forgot, they have a subsidiary, and I think the merger of the subsidiary will be completed by this quarter, that is Q3FY24, which will also help in executing that 100 crore order book which has been received for Keda plant. Okay. वो भी है. In terms of cash flow, if I have to tell you, nothing much to talk. Cash flow also has increased by 125%. अगर मैं compare करूँ कि last September से like half year, last year to this year, वहाँ पे भी like अगर आप देखते हो कि like net CFO जो है, that has got a boost, क्योंकि working capital जो है, whether आपका receivable, inventory, payables, all of the things have improved. All of the things have improved. They've got a really big boost. Now of course, right, अगर जितना आपका order book increase होगा, उतना आपका working capital भी better होगा. The other thing is, there is no any kind of debt. How do I tell you? Any kind of increase in long term borrowings. अगर आप देखते हो asset liability mismatch पे नहीं है, right? You will see that the current asset is greater than current liabilities. I think the current ratio is around 2. So all in all, great, nothing. The only thing is like the cash that is invested in Capex, I think is 6.5 crore in half yearly. Probably next quarter they'll again invest another 6.5 crores or more than that, because 15 crore is needed for that Keda plant ka Capex. And that is not a big deal, because अगर आप देखते हो उनका investments में जो है, like majority of the cash वहाँ पे पड़ा है. I think around 88 crores is used over there, because see, like I told you, all the majority Capex जो है, it was already done previously also. ठीक है. So right now they do not have much Capex to do except for that आधा बे जो है उसको construct करना है. ठीक है. And these kind of companies cannot go like like woo-ha on the Capex, because अगर कल cycle घूम जाता है, right, then what will happen? These companies will suffer as a result, because order book नहीं होगा, and the depreciation cost will again keep increasing. As a result, they can't do Capex just for that. They have to see the demand, they have to see the order book and everything. So it is okay for certain companies like them to invest certain kind of cash and park that money and keep that cash. So all in all, great set of numbers. Of course, going forward, we'll have to again continue to track the business. One thing is, as of now, there is no any kind of tension until Q2 in terms of geopolitical situations. Hopefully, this 30% unka jo export hai, that will not be affected, by the ongoing macro conditions. That is number one. The other thing also to note down is, as you see over the quarters that we have seen Anup Engineering grow, uske wajah se base बढ़ता ही जा रहा है, right? The overall base is increasing. increasing. Now, as the base increases, what will happen? The pace of growth can also falter because utna bada base mein, like see, the same thing is, if you see the previous quarters and all, they were growing at 123%, 120%, because base utna chota tha. Now, as the base increases, to grow at that rate will be tough. Although great, because they never told they will grow at 123%. They've always been guiding for 25 to 30% only. They never told that hum log 100% se revenue grow karenge. Never. They never mentioned it. But it was like, you understand, a one quarter phenomena, small base phenomena, and everything, and the demand was so strong. So right now, I think this is one thing that the investors need to have, get their expectations right. Probably to grow at that rate, at that pace, it could be a bit hard going forward. But other than that, in terms of demand, there is no problem. In terms of order book, there is no problem. In terms of capex that they're doing, no problem. All in all, a great set of results, nothing to complain. But having said that, we continue to track and see how the company does again until the next quarter. So until then, see ya, bye.